What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fourth Line Minutes, our seventh shift. And today, jam-packed episode, we are going to be talking about some Marvel WandaVision over on Disney Plus. And then we're jumping into the hockey talk because hockey is back, the NHL is back. And we're going to be talking about things that have happened so far in the few days that the NHL has returned. And some other things, too, that I'm sure we'll divert into. And joining me, as always, the birthday boy, Mr. Shaggy Von Doom, Kyle Sullivan. Happy birthday, my good friend. How do you feel today?
I feel old.
What are you now?
32.
I don't want to hear it, dude. I got you beat.
I'm just old, man. Just feeling old.
The joints start hurting overnight, pretty much. Just you woke up and you're like, ugh.
I woke up and my knees sounded like pop rocks. And
yeah, what'd you do? Anything fun for your big day or no?
Fell down a couple holes on YouTube, watching some shows at Taco Bell.
Like any good birthday dinner should be. That's Taco Bell.
But it was perfect for me. I'm not a big like go out and go crazy kind of guy. I'm a very homebody guy. So
why doesn't Taco Bell give you like a free taco on your birthday? They could easily do that. It doesn't cost them anything.
Vote for me in 2025 or 4, whatever the next election is. I'll fix that.
Yes. Free Taco Tuesday.
Yep.
Almost like the you see the Lego movie?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Free tacos on Tuesday, except on a Friday.
I mean, if we can steal a base in the World Series and everybody get a free taco in the United States, I think we can allow for birthdays.
Right. I mean, if we're going to give exactly, that's great. I don't care that someone stole a base.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to steal a taco. I want to be given a taco.
Give it to me. It makes me feel worth it.
Exactly. Exactly. So, all right, sir. So this is kind of like your birthday special, this episode. So yeah. All right. So what we're going to get to first is we'll get into our kind of entertainment world, because this is a show I have been waiting for since I heard about it, and kind of the idea behind it. And then the first trailer came out and I'm like, what is this show going to be about? And now we have it, and that is WandaVision. Vision's always been a character that I've really enjoyed in the comics. Because he's so like they do a really good job with him in the movies, I think, and Paul Bettany, who plays him, I think is a great fit for that character. So we have they came out with 2 episodes, and Disney is not like Netflix where they release everything at once, so we have to watch this week to week. And the first 2 episodes came out on Friday, and I love it right now.
Yeah.
So in the trailer, like I'm like, how are they doing this show? Because you see so many different variations of both of these characters, and the different variations of them, and like from the comics, like pulled from the comics. They've all, like so many characters have gone through a lot of changes over the years in the comic book form.
Yep.
And in the trailer, you see so many of those.
Yeah.
And even to black and white, it's like we see like these black and white images, and those are the first 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get your take on what you thought of these first 2 episodes, and then we'll dive into where we think this series is headed. So go for it.
The way I started out, I watched those. I think it's called Marvel Legends, the little backstory.
Those little things. Yeah.
And I went into that, and I really got saturated with the backstories and jumped into WandaVision. And it is completely different than anything we've got from Marvel. It's almost like the first 2 episodes have that like Bewitched, Dick Van Dyke, My 3 Sons feel to it. Right. But you're watching it, and they do it just long enough to where you're starting to believe and follow along with the episode framework. But then they have those little moments that take you out of it. And I'm just like, what is going on? And that's... Right. And it's a good hook to keep you like engaged all the way through, trying to figure out what's going on, but you find yourself falling back, trapped in that framework.
Yeah, because like they have every, like if you were just watching this show, probably like 90% of it is your typical, like, like you said, like those shows that you mentioned. That's literally what it is.
Yeah.
and there's like a laugh track, you know, for audience laughter. Even the way they talk to each other is in that like 50s style of dialogue for sitcoms. And but you're right, like they hit you with these moments of something else is at play here. And the first time that they really do it is in the first episode when his boss comes over for dinner. And it's your typical sitcoms, like everything is going wrong. Like she's trying to cook dinner in the kitchen and he's trying to entertain in the living room, and everything's just falling apart because he's trying to impress his boss to get a promotion or something like that. And they finally sit down to eat, and the boss starts choking on food. And the dude, like, it was so interesting because Vision didn't do anything until she told him to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is weird, because why wouldn't he just, someone's choking, you just jump into action, especially if you're a superhero.
Exactly. That's how I was watching it. I was like, he's choking, and then you're like, all the way up to this, it's been that like I Love Lucy bewitched like feel. So you're following along with the tropes of the episode, and you're kind of clicked out and just watching that.
Right.
And he starts choking, and then you're like, what are they going to do? And then you're like, oh yeah, these are Avengers. They could do a lot, and they're not. So you're like, you're also on that like unhinged moment as well as an audience. It was fascinating.
The tone just totally changed because she just started like staring straight ahead. The wife had this really bizarre laugh going on while he was choking. And Vision's kind of just sitting there, and everything just kind of like the whole like laugh track thing kind of went away, and you're like, oh, this is a serious moment here, like what's going on? So that was kind of like the first part. And then in the second episode, I thought the second episode was just a funny episode because they're kind of trying to get in with the neighbors and everything. So they put on, I mean, it was for the kids, right? It was for the kids. Like that was the kids. Like, yeah. So, but it was fun because like he got gum, he swallowed gum. And it's just funny how they showed like that, like the insides of him in like cartoon form, and the gum, like, you know, gumming up the gears and everything. So he's acting like drunk basically.
Yeah.
It was great. It was hysterical.
It's a good thing Thanos did not see how that's done. Because we would have
way too easy. Way too easy to
All it took was Big Red.
Right. So they go home after that, and then something's like there's like a loud noise or something outside, right? So
yeah, they thought it was like a tree branch on the window,
right,
or something.
Right. Which early in the episode they thought it was a tree branch. So now they hear something again at the end of the episode, and they walk outside, and this is again where it starts to get serious now. And you're like, okay, like what's going on? And they walk outside, and some dude comes out of a sewer manhole, and he's got like a beekeeper suit on. And like, first of all, who is that? But Wanda makes the comment. She says something. She's like no. She's like, I'm not.
Yeah.
How would she say? She's like, no.
Yeah, she's just like no, and then immediately rewinds
everything. So that, like, what did you take out of that? Because that's where I'm going here with this.
Somehow Wanda's in control of everything. She was the one that made Vision stop the choking, and when this little thing came up, it's outside of her realm of the beautiful world that's going on, and she didn't want to deal with this aspect, so she wanted to rewind and let's go a different path.
So like there's so many different like theories and you know what's going on here, because excuse me, earlier in that episode, she's like poolside with one of the people in the neighborhood, the woman who runs the show and everything like that, and the radio is on, and the radio starts getting feedback and static, and you hear somebody say like, who's doing this to you, Wanda?
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, so and I was talking to Mark about this, and we kind of were on the same page. He went a little bit deeper than I did, but he thinks, he thinks that it could be something where like the Russians are trying to revive Vision. Because you see moments of like Hydra. There's that commercial with the watch.
Yeah.
Is made by Hydra and stuff like that. So they're clearly involved here somehow. And I didn't think of that. But my take on it was just, this was a world that Wanda created to be with Vision. And people are trying to like infiltrate it, and it could be the Russians trying to get Vision back. So my thinking was all of those variations that we see throughout the trailer, which will be throughout the show, are maybe the Russians trying to get all of the different aspects of Vision throughout this years to get to kind of like map out his characteristics to revive him somehow.
I was thinking the same thing you were, but through a different filter, and it clicked for me episode 1, maybe like the first or second line of the show.
Yeah.
When Vision comes through and the plate like crashes,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "My husband and his flying saucers." Have you not noticed the logo in the show that keeps repeating? That sword. It's like
Let's look it up.
It's on a, I think it's on the back of the person that's like watching the credits in episode 1. It's on the side of the red and yellow helicopter.
Right. The hell. Yes. Okay.
Do you remember in the comics, Sword and Shield? You know, Shield.
Yes. And Sword isn't. Yes. I know. So, right.
And Sword is like the extraterrestrial version.
Yeah.
That's where I'm putting that connection. Like my husband is flying saucers. I feel like Sword is doing something, possibly reviving Vision, also trying to work with Wanda, trying to like base how Vision is formed, why she has the control in the situations, and how he would handle situations.
Right.
I feel like Sword is at the helm of this.
Very well could be. Yeah. Because I'm thinking like right now, I was just thinking it was like almost like a Truman Show.
Yeah.
Like a cross between like Truman Show and like Pleasantville.
And, and they did that seamless, like at the end of episode 2 into Technicolor.
Right.
Where Wanda's now pregnant and they're into Technicolor, which is like the tail end of Bewitched.
Right.
Did that little flip to Technicolor, and it brought in the new era, like when their beds went together.
Right.
That happened at Technicolor Bewitched, like
right.
Things like that. So I guess they're just seamlessly almost like reach a level of achievement and then go to the next era.
Right. See, so I mean, it's clearly like we're done with the black and white shows.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's it. But I'm already gonna miss those, man, because I thought that would have been cool to do an entire series on that. Obviously, that might tune some people out, but I'm glad they got 2 black and white episodes out of it rather than just moving on quickly. But yeah, like I wonder, does the show stop being kind of like that funny type of show now? Does it, if you're leaving kind of like the black and white world, like, you know, the I Love Lucy style of show, and now you're, like you said, now you're in like Technicolor, shows evolved. So is this show going to evolve like in real time? Like, is it every week now we're going to get like a different type of show, and maybe now it's going to be more on the serious end than this happy, funny black and white throwback?
Yeah, they're semi-evolving, like Wanda's pregnant, like they're faking being a married couple.
Right.
So they're evolving with television, and like in the color area, there's like shows like Happy Days, and like My Three Sons was a Technicolor show that people also have a lot of fondness and nostalgia for. I would see them also like doing the same type humor and evolving from that, and then getting into like Roseanne and Cheers, and then going into like Full House and Family Matters, and then I mean, where it stops, who knows?
They could. You're right.
They go up to The Office and It's Always Sunny. Who knows?
But it's fun, man. Like the first 2 episodes are fun. I really want to just see how this show develops.
Yeah.
You know, like you're saying, like they could go in a number of different directions for it, and it could just turn completely serious and be a regular Marvel show from here on out. And I think just them doing those 2 shows in the style and format that they did is a change, and I thought they did great.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be one of those farther down the road, we're figuring out what vantage point we need to take as an audience, because if it's just the nostalgia trip with Avengers, is that what we're following? Is this a test? Is this a long form test that we're supposed to be watching from the outside and how they handle it?
Yeah.
Like there's so many different things that we're not clear on right
Yeah.
now. So
Oh no.
we're enjoying it as it's presented until we could get more of an idea on where it's going in the future.
Right. Totally agree. So I'm already excited to see the episode 3. It's going to be good. So what do you guys think? Hit us up on socials or email or wherever, because I'm really enjoying it so far.
Yeah.
All right, moving to the NHL, and we are back. We have our season, and we have pucks dropped, and we're off and running, man. With the exception of Winnipeg and Dallas, are not often. That sucks, man. Like I've not a Dallas fan, clearly.
No,
but I do feel bad for that fan base that everybody gets to play and they have to wait, even Winnipeg.
Yeah. And like I think Florida was supposed to open the season with Dallas, and they had to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's already throwing little monkey wrenches into the very tight schedule that the NHL is trying to achieve right now.
Right.
Dallas, I mean, that team's old. They need all the time they can get. So let them rest. Who cares? Like Winnipeg, I think they were able to get one game off, like play one game, because I remember watching Patrick Laine get into a fight.
Yes, you're right.
They were able to get that going, but they have a little dumpster fire going on up there in Winnipeg. There's some egos and people want in and out, and
right.
they're going to take this little quarantine.
Let me see here. The Jets, they won in overtime against Calgary, 4-3. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. So, my thing is, leading up to the season, everybody's talking like Hart Trophy, and Nathan McKinnon is the I don't want to say he's the favorite, but he's top 2, top 3. And in our view, he's the favorite and probably will deserve it and probably won't get it again. But like after game 1, Avalanche played a dud of a game, and what's Connor McDavid do? Hat trick
blows up.
It's like got like
both McDavid and Draisaitl are mid-season form, and we crapped the bed.
Because didn't Draisaitl have 3 points, or did he have a 4-point game too? He had 3. I think he had 3. I think he had 3 assists. I don't think he scored. And then McDavid just, all right, you guys want to put Nathan McKinnon above me? Let me just drop a hat trick and add on an assist, by the way. It's like, come on, man. Can't we have give us 1 week where we feel like we're still in control of this thing? But he's unbelievable.
But it's a sprint. So
you
might get out the gate hot, but we'll see how it goes.
Now I've been you've been paying attention to Devils games.
Yes.
You're not watching Detroit. What are they at right now? Are they
1-1?
They're 1-1. Okay.
They've started with Boston. A lot of young talent. Mackenzie Blackwood, the goalie for New Jersey.
Yeah.
My goodness, he is incredible.
Really?
He is so good. I feel bad for him with that defense that New Jersey has.
Yeah.
They let him. He faces a lot of shots, but he is ridiculous. He's a rock star, and he's a product of. I mean, he's in New Jersey. Not a lot of eyes are on him, but I'm a secret Devils fan. Don't tell anybody. But if he was on any other team, he would be like Bennington level status, because he's just that good.
Really?
So if anybody gets a chance, look up Mackenzie Blackwood, like his YouTube, his highlights. He is incredible.
Yeah. I've been paying it mainly because the Avalanche are playing the Kings next. So I've been watching the Minnesota and Kings games. And Los Angeles, 2 games, 2 blown leads. The second one was just brutal, man. They were up 3-1 in the third, and then Minnesota got a goal, and then a buzzer beater goal. I think there was, when the goal was scored, I think there was 0.7 seconds left. They added on a few tenths of a second after they reviewed it, but and then they go win in overtime. And if it wasn't the Minnesota Wild, I wouldn't be as mad about it. But right now, Minnesota's 2-0.
EA was right. What can I say?
Oh my God.
We've run simulations, and Minnesota's always been in there. We've never understood it, and who knew?
Maybe they know something. I don't know. You know who your let's see who your leaders are right now.
I think it's Tampa, Washington, Philly.
Well, I'm talking individual players
On the apps.
No, for league wide, your
Okay.
your leaders in points right now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys with 5 points.
Draisaitl, McDavid.
Yep.
Let's see. It can't. Well, what I was about to say, it can't be an Avalanche, but we had that incredible game.
Yeah, I know, which we'll get to in a second.
It's got to be Berkey and Nate.
Nope. You got Draisaitl and McDavid. You got Stamkos, who has 5. Ooh. You have Konecny, who has 5 from Philly.
Yeah.
And John Tavares.
Whoa.
Has 5 points.
Now, I will give him that. Like, I've always been, ever since Tavares left the island, I've been dumping on him and his stupid bed sheets posts and all that. But he has come out this season and looked incredible. Seeing Jumbo Joe score for the Leafs, that was nice.
Yeah.
The Leafs look pretty good. Like, they look all right. They're going to be okay. They have a little bit of a goalie issue right now, but Toronto looks okay.
Okay. So who do you think, and this is the only other one I'll do just because it's geared toward our guys, power play points. 3 guys have 3 points.
Well, that's got to be us because we went 6 for 7 on Friday night.
Who are they?
Let's see. Ranson and Landy and Berkey.
Burakovsky.
Okay.
Cale Makar.
Ooh.
And John Tavares again. So 2 out of the 3 in the league. I know it's only 2 games, but still. Burakovsky is I'm riding that wave, man. I think he's going to be good.
Yeah, but this man over here, or what side? This side. This man over here, Burakovsky on his Locked On Avalanche show to have a breakout year, and that man has 2 goals in 2 games. So
he's looking good, and an assist, I think. Yep, I know he's got 1 assist.
This guy knows hockey right here.
I hope I'm on the right side with you pointing that, but well, yeah, that guy. Avalanche, though. So we're definitely going to talk about our boys because that first game was bad. It was not a good game.
Very bad.
I didn't think it was a good game on either front. I thought it was a tough game to watch. I thought it was a sloppy game. I think the Avs gifted a couple goals to the Blues, and credit the Blues for cashing in on them. But Avalanche couldn't get out of their own way in game 1. Game 2, completely different game. That was a game. That was a team who that's who we're going to see a lot of this year.
Yeah.
If it was anger, if it was frustration, whatever it was, maybe it's a mixture of all that stuff. But they were like, all right, we can't get off to an 0-2 start. We can't do it. And they didn't.
No.
They looked good in the first period. No goal scored in the first period, but 4 in the second, 4 in the third. Binnington was removed. Didn't matter. It was one of those like a baseball game when the runs just keep coming and there's no pitcher you can put in to stop the bleeding. It was just that was a thing of beauty. That's a scary thing if that's the norm for this team going forward.
Especially, I mean, before the season started, we were talking that St. Louis is one of those locked teams for the top 4. So if this is what we're doing against a top 4, quote unquote, caliber team, I mean, like you said, we have the Kings and Ducks coming up. If we have this same attitude going forward, I mean, understand if you're going 6 for 7 on a power play, you should be able to win the game. You still take those 6 goals away. We beat them 2-0.
That's a very good way to put it. Yeah.
So, I mean, they got their mojo. I hope it doesn't have to be one of those that they have to lose to start winning again. If we can keep this going, I mean, this is going to be maybe
scary.
If we get a full, we got 54 games left. If we get at least 40 more games just like this, might be one of the greatest Avs teams of all time in a shortened season. So
it very well could be. I mean, and that I think that's part of the reason why Sakic was okay with his goalies and he didn't go stretch on a goalie. And he's of the mind of like our goalies are good enough because our team can score 5 goals every single night.
Absolutely.
And can I rely on Philip Grubauer and Pablo Francouz to not give up 6 goals? Yeah. So have at it. Like, we're good. We're good,
Yeah.
and we're saving a ton of money. Man, I know it's only one game, and because game 1 was so bad, and we kept saying like, oh, it's only one game. And, you kind of have to say the same thing for the second game too. It is only one game. We don't know how this thing is going to go going forward, but man, that was just exciting to see that and know could get something like this every night if they come out ready to roll.
Yeah, it's one of those that you said, like, Sakic was believing in the goalies. I think it's more of him believing in the talent that he has in front of him. If you're playing like that and scoring 4 goals whenever you want, it doesn't matter who you have back there. You're going to take the emotion out of the game of your opponent.
You're fine.
You're going to be just fine. And
yeah,
Gruby and Francouz are good enough back there. We're not going to call them incredible talent. I mean, they are very good goalies.
Right.
And they're enough. And we got a very solid defensive core. So,
well, and that's the other side of it is, they were that good the other night, and they're getting more help on the way.
Yeah.
With Bo Byram going to the taxi squad and Eric Johnson returning, they've just improved. So I think people are excited to see Byram. I think they have a plan for him. I've heard they have a plan for him. We won't see him for another week or so, I would say. I think they want to get him and Eric Johnson are kind of in the same boat when it comes to needing to get kind of like their legs going. So they're going to have them practice. I don't think Eric Johnson's playing the first game against the Ducks. We'll see if he plays the second one, but he's a veteran. He, as soon as he's ready to go, they're going to throw him back in there. Byram, I think they're going to kind of just introduce him to practices for a little while, and then maybe reprieve somebody for a while. I don't know how it works with the taxi squad. If you bring somebody up, is it like, like in baseball, they have to stay for, in baseball, it's like a 7-day stretch or something like that.
Yeah.
Like if you call someone up, you can't call them down. You can't throw them back down like the next day.
Yeah. I'm not sure how
I don't know how it works with the squad.
I'm not sure.
So it could be you just bring them up for a day because they're traveling with you. Mm-hmm. So it's not like they have to take a flight or anything. Like you could just maybe freely bring guys up and down. I don't know.
Yeah. EJ, grab your blue bucket. Let's go, buddy.
You like those?
First game, it took me about a period and a half to get used to them.
Yeah, they're a little weird, but I love them.
Yeah, they're really growing on me. That second game, I was fine.
Yeah, everything was fine in that second game.
Because I'm a superstitious fan, so that first game I was like, these stupid blue buckets and pants, throwing off everything.
You just watch it and you're like, if you didn't know the Avs did that,
yeah,
and you're watching them, you're like, what's different about these guys? Something is different. And you're like, oh yeah, the black. Like there's no black helmet, there's no black pants. Like, I don't know. I think it just is. It's a nice flow from head to toe.
I think they'll look really good with those reverse retros.
The retros, they're going to be burgundy.
Really?
I think the pants are. The helmets, I don't know. I haven't seen the helmets. I don't know what the helmet could be white. I don't know. But the pants are going to be burgundy. Pants and gloves are going to be burgundy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
I'm almost certain on that. Almost certain. Because I've seen you see them in practice wearing them.
Yeah. That's true.
So, but when are we going to get them? They have not come out with them yet. I thought they would wear them for the second game against the Blues, being a division rival.
It might be when we end up playing the Wild at the end of the month.
Because because they're white, do they have to wear them on the road?
I guess that might be it.
That's true. Yeah.
And I think they're going to try and at least hold them for a rivalry game instead of like throw them just like to the Ducks randomly. Or the Kings.
Yeah. Although that would be an awesome sight watching the Ducks.
Oh my!
Reverse and the North, but aren't those kind of white too? Though
they are.
Ones? Yeah, so you couldn't do that.
No.
That's too much white. Yeah, that's too much. But speaking of jerseys, like we figured we would kind of dive into kind of jerseys along jerseys past, and you have a ton behind you. Of kind of what's that one in the bottom next to the Avs white one?
This black one,
Yeah,
that's the Birmingham Bulls.
is that the regular one, or is that like a?
That's their home jersey.
I like that. That's pretty nice. And the one above that, that looks like a bull.
That is the Bulls from the 70s.
Oh, okay. So going, kind of going through the history of NHL sweaters, like, are there ones that stand out for you that are kind of like your favorites?
Favorites of all time. Well, it's on the wall, but that Mighty Duck
Right.
style when they first came out, I mean, it's
Yeah.
iconic.
Yeah.
That's definitely like way up there. Hartford Whalers. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sporting the Connecticut Whale.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
But that Hartford Whalers tarp was sick.
Yeah.
Really good.
That was a good one. I don't know, like I the simplicity of like the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
I don't like I just feel like that's just a classic. Like, it hasn't changed over time, like too much. It's almost like New York Yankees. You know what I mean? Like, they've kept the same logo and uniform for the most part over the years, and that's like the Canadians kind of are the Yankees of the hockey world. So I love it, and I love their retro. The blue.
That's such a good look.
That is great. That is great.
Yeah, it's I mean, that's a very hockey look.
Yes.
Another top one is
Yeah.
New York Islander fisherman logo.
Gotta be.
It's incredible.
Has to be.
Why it missed the cut on reverse retro is beyond me.
That will go down as one of the biggest questions, I think, in the history of the NHL.
Yeah.
Why the Islanders did not include the fisherman in the reverse retro is a missed opportunity amongst missed opportunities.
Yeah,
there's no excuse for that. None.
And Mike Modano's Stars, the Darks, those dark jerseys they had with the gold.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, those were okay. Those were good. I've always liked the Kings, the Gretzky era Kings.
Yeah.
It's got like the Chevy almost logo on it, right? And I think that was just because, like, when I was growing up, like, everybody, you knew Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
If you were a kid, whether or not you liked hockey, you knew who Wayne Gretzky was. And when I was a kid, most of his career was on Los Angeles. And not that I was a Kings fan, but that just was like
that logo. Yeah.
It was synonymous. It was Wayne Gretzky and the Kings and that logo. So for me, that just makes me kind of, have some like nostalgia feelings of, like, back when I was young. And
Ontario Reign used that logo style right now.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
They're the AHL affiliate for the Kings, and they use that old school Chevy bow tie look.
You want to know a jersey that I have looked high and low for, and I cannot find it anywhere. And if anybody listening or watching knows of where you can find one, please send it my way. Not the jersey. I'm asking you to buy it for me. Maybe the link. Remember the old show, the Newlywed Game?
Yeah.
The old one.
Mm-hmm.
And the host was I can't remember the name of the host, but he remember when he would always ask them questions about intimacy,
making whoopee.
There's a hockey team in the city of Macon, and I think it's in like Illinois or something like that, and their nickname was the Whoopies.
Oh,
their team name is the Macon Whoopies. And you can look at, I did find a t-shirt. I did buy a t-shirt, a Macon Whoopies t-shirt, but I cannot find a jersey because they don't exist anymore. They're not in existence anymore. That is the greatest team name in the history of team names.
We do have a minor league baseball team in North Alabama in Huntsville. We are the Rocket City because Huntsville is got NASA stuff. We're about to have like the United States like Space Center is going to be
in
Huntsville. But our minor league baseball team is the Rocket City Trash Pandas, and their logo is a raccoon.
Are you serious? That's awesome.
They're the Rocket City Trash Pandas. It's one of the sickest logos I've ever seen in my
That is
life.
awesome. Is the raccoon like going through the trash or no? Is it?
Yeah, and it's super dope. Like it's one of the greatest logos. So they have a huge billboard when you're going down the interstate. Rocket City.
I gotta
Trash
look it
Pandas.
up right now.
Oh yeah, wait till you see that logo. It is sick.
What is it? What is the name of it?
Rocket City Trash Pandas.
Rocket. Oh, hold on.
Oh wait, it's when they came out with that name, everybody's
Trash
like,
Panda.
and which is funny because
Oh
like,
my god, this is awesome.
yeah, and like to the south we have a team in Montgomery called the Montgomery Biscuits, and like
Yeah.
that was like the cool name for a while. Like you go and you get free biscuits and whatever, and then Huntsville's like, oh yeah, we got a minor league baseball team for you, and it's the greatest.
The Trash Pandas. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. It's almost like he's a superhero.
Yeah.
With like a trash can on him. I love it.
Yeah,
oh my god.
It's super sick.
I think from like AHL standpoint, I don't know. I just always like the Hershey Bears.
The Orlando Solar Bears.
Solar Bears.
I mean, they're in Orlando, so
Yeah.
you can't really be a polar bear down there.
No, the Solar Bears is good, but I like the Hershey Bears. And then for college, I mean, I'm a Michigan fan for college, so obviously I root for the Wolverines. But I just like Maine. Like the Maine Black Bears it just fits, and the colors of it are cool.
I like Notre Dame and those gold domes.
Oh, I hate those, man.
Oh.
I can't. Well, maybe because I'm a Michigan fan.
Yeah,
But,
true. But
those annoy the hell out of me, and especially football too. Did I tell you why Michigan has that weird design on their helmet, on like their football helmets?
It's like
they have like the 3 lines going back, and it has like that weird design in the front. Do you know why that is? Gonna drop some knowledge on you right now.
Bring it.
So back in the old days when they would play football with just those leather helmets, the coach at the time, I don't remember what his name is, but he's a legendary guy in Michigan lore. I don't know what his name is, but to get an like everybody had the same helmet on. The only way that you could tell the difference is by the jersey. So that design is just how the stitching was in the leather helmet, and he painted it yellow so his quarterback could see who was his receivers down the field.
That's awesome.
And it stuck, and it's just that's their logo on their helmets.
Was it? Your coach was probably George Clooney or John Krasinski, and the movie Leatherheads.
And Leatherheads, yeah. Yeah. But for whatever reason, that was the
cool.
stitching design. That was a stitching design on those leather helmets, or leather. They're not even helmets. There's caps.
For some reason, I have for like 10 years ago for Christmas, I got an Auburn leather helmet, and for Christmas, and it's sitting in my other room. I should bring it in the Temple of Doom, but
really,
yeah, it's a thing I own.
Man, I want to get a Rocket City Trash Pandas jersey. That's pretty cool.
Those things, I'm telling you, it's they struck marketing gold with that thing. Everybody's buying it.
Oh yeah,
it's almost like that Kraken fever when they launched that logo and everybody started buying that without one single game played. Same thing for the Trash Pandas.
So I just because I searched for this, it's given me people also searched for, and I got the Amarillo Sod Poodles.
Whoa.
The Montgomery Biscuits.
Hey.
The Rocky Mountain Vibes.
That's dope.
Let me get to that in a second. And then the New Orleans Baby Cakes.
Oh yeah, because that's a Mardi Gras thing.
Is it?
Yeah, you get one of those baby cakes. It's super weird. I don't understand it, but like you have like this like cake thing. It's like a pound cake, and like in the middle of it is like a tiny plastic baby, and you got to find the baby. Don't ask me, I didn't create Mardi Gras, but it's there, and you could like go to the grocery store and get you like a baby cake for Mardi Gras. Somebody who knows, they'll know. You can let us know, but I have no idea.
That is so funny. Go look up the Rocky Mountain Vibes logo. I don't know what it is. It's like some guy with I see. It's a marshmallow. It's a s'more almost.
Did you look at the biscuits logo? It's a biscuit like with eyeballs and a mouth, and its tongue is a thing of butter. Best.
It's awesome. Oh my god.
Rocky Mountain Vibes.
I love them.
That's what's up. That's what I look like. If I was in a cartoon, if I was in a Pixar movie, I'd be the Rocky Mountain Vibe.
Rocky Mountain vibes.
That dude he's never had a bad day in his life.
No. Man, I could do this all day.
You know what?
I love it.
I think, you know what? Everybody, if you're hearing this show, hit us with your favorite team name and logo. Send it to us on Fourth Line Minutes, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you get a hold of us, and we will compile them and talk about them next week.
Montgomery biscuits.
Yeah, like they'll give you like free biscuits when you go to the game. You just sit there, watch baseball, and eat a biscuit.
Oh my God, I love it. So, all right. One more piece of business to get to. Well, you wanted to bring up the NWHL and their streaming capabilities.
We talked a couple weeks ago that the NWHL is going to do their playoff bubble on NBC and NBC Sports Network.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they announced earlier this week that their regular season games will be streaming on Twitch. So you could go on Twitch, search for NWHL, follow them, and starting January 23rd, you can watch the Connecticut Whale or Chris's Metropolitan Rivers or the Boston Buttes or whatever you guys want to, or the Boston Pride, Buffalo Buttes.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on Twitch. I mean,
that's cool.
Support the ladies of the NWHL. They're absolutely incredible.
Yep.
Very passionate fan base like that. It's kind of like it's relatable to like Birmingham Bulls. It's like a fan base that wants publicity and wants to be heard and wants to be seen. And I mean, you got to jump on board. I mean, look at this.
I know. That's a solid logo.
And like on the back, it's 21 and the name is Whale. So, I mean, it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Please.
No, that's going to be good. That's going to be exciting to watch. So, and so when is the next game on Twitch? You know when it is? Or?
January 23rd. That's
23rd. Okay. All right.
They kick it off.
All right, cool. All right. We'll fire up the simulator. Can you do that? You got that going? And you already know what it is? Because while you were doing that, I was going to bring up our boy Taro and kind of update everybody on Taro. Taro has been drafted and we said this in the video that we were going to make him kind of like an ass while he was in the minor leagues, and then we got up to the pros. We were going to kind of make him be like a team guy.
Boy, that screwed us. That screwed us.
Yeah. It kind of backfired because he wasn't taken till the 6th round, I believe. Like what was it, like 153 or something?
129.
129. Okay. So I think because of that, he's going to carry that chip on his shoulder into the NHL. And going forward, Taro is still going to be an SOB.
Yep.
So episode 3 will be coming out this week. We've been doing them like Wednesday nights or something like so. Maybe like Thursday or something will be the day that we release them. I don't know.
We released this one a little early so everybody can watch it on NHL Face-Off Puck Drop. But it's usually around like Wednesday, Thursday. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Yes. You'll know. You'll get a notification. It'll tell you. And
he was. And I don't think we set the team, but he did interviews with the Devils.
He did interviews with I think so.
I think it was the Devils and the Ducks. Yeah. And the Ducks ended up taking him. So Taro is an Anaheim Duck and has not played a game yet. We kind of got him drafted and then stopped there. So episode 3 will be coming out. We'll see what the future holds for Mr. Taro. So that's where we stand. So having said that, I'm going to guess the Anaheim Ducks have won the Stanley Cup in our next simulation. What do we got?
Anaheim didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's because Taro's on the team.
Colorado made it to the first round.
Okay.
Your Stanley Cup was between the Buffalo Sabres.
Okay.
And the Winnipeg Jets.
Wow, that's an odd pairing. I will say Sabres in 6.
Winnipeg in 7.
Winnipeg in 7. The Winnipeg Jets.
They beat Edmonton, San Jose, and Dallas to get to the Stanley Cup. Buffalo went through Tampa Bay, beat them in 5 games.
Yeah.
Beat the Leafs in 6. Beat the Capitals. What in the world? Beat the Capitals and then lost in the Stanley Cup.
Wow.
So, heck of a road for you, Buffalo.
Yeah. I don't think the NHL wants to see that matchup in the Stanley Cup.
No. That's just
that's a ratings disaster.
not
right
even
there.
a good Jersey game, honestly.
No, that's terrible.
Oh,
So, all right. Okay. Well, Winnipeg gets one. And
Ottawa did make the playoffs, though.
did they really?
They took Washington to 7 games, but lost.
Oh, okay. Strong push by Ottawa. Yeah, I've got to get back into the game though, man. After that first week,
we started off hot.
Crickets, yeah, it's been crickets. So, all right. Well,
Minnesota didn't make the playoffs. I had to throw that in there.
Yes, I think we should always find out where Minnesota finishes too, just to make
no
me feel
Minnesota, no Detroit. So this
it's somewhat good.
Verified playoff.
Find positives where you can. Yep. So, all right, everybody. So that is going to do it for the 7th shift. Or no, the 7th. Yeah, the 7th.
Yep.
The 7th shift. Yeah.
Shift 7.
Yes. So, yeah, follow the show on all the social media angles. On just search Fourth Line Minutes, and they'll come up wherever you're searching. So, thank you again for tuning in, Kyle. Once again, happy birthday to you, sir. I hope
thank you. You are
hope the Taco Bell sits well while you're sleeping tonight.
Oh yeah. Cross our fingers.
Right. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
See you.